The enormously influential and awesome Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez endorsed progressive insurgent candidate Jamaal Bowman over incumbent corporate Democrat Representative Eliot Engel in New York's 16th Congressional District, the Bronx. It's right next door to her, the district. Engel, by the way, was recently caught on a hot mic saying he wouldn't care about attending the George Floyd protest if he wasn't being primaried.
There's just too many folks here.
If I didn't have a primary, I wouldn't care.
Say that again?
If I didn't have a primary, I wouldn't care.
Don't do that to me. We're not going to do this. We're not gonna...
So yeah, he's a real piece of work, and he was so spooked after AOC endorsed Bowman, his opponent, his challenger, that he then compared her to a dictator?
This is not a dictatorship. This is the democracy. We shouldn't have one person from high, even though she's a colleague of mine, think that she can anoint whoever is elected to Congress. That's not what democracy is all about. So I'm tried and true. I've been there. I've worked hard. I've done things for people. As I said to people, 2-year term, I asked for a renewal of my contract for another 2 years.
People endorsing your opponent equals dictatorship, or one person specifically endorsing your opponent equals dictatorship. Oh my, you are freaked out. You are freaked out. Because the reason that he's spooked is because when AOC endorses Jamaal Bowman, people listen. People listen. She has influence. She's popular, Eliot Engel, and she doesn't need the backing of corporations and the Democratic establishment to make her popular. And that's why she has influence, not dictatorship style stuff. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And of course, he's acting like he's the victim because one congressperson who has a lot of influence decided to back his primary challenger when he's not upset that the entire Democratic Party machine is behind him. It's absurd. And the parallels between Engel and the Congressman Joe Crowley that AOC ousted are just crazy. They're so similar and just monsters created by the very corrupt New York political Democratic Party machine. Bowman's race is in some ways strikingly similar to Ocasio-Cortez's 2018 primary against then Representative Joe Crowley. Both progressive challengers took on veteran white congressmen with more moderate politics in districts that are majority black, brown, and disproportionately immigrant. Engel, like Crowley, is one of the most powerful Democrats in the House. Engel has been scrutinized recently for remaining in his home outside Washington for much of the pandemic, even while his Bronx district has been ravaged by the coronavirus. By the way, Crowley did the same stuff. Engel, a moderate Democrat and chairman of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, has held his seat in New York's 16th Congressional District for 3 decades and hasn't faced a competitive primary challenger in 20 years. Bowman, a black former Bronx middle school principal, is running on a similar platform to Ocasio-Cortez's. He supports key progressive legislative priorities, including a Green New Deal and Medicare for All. It's unbelievably cut and dry, and it's remarkably similar, as Business Insider wrote there. The parallels are crazy, and you know, I keep hearing all the time that the Democratic Party wants more people of color, more women, more different voices, great representation, but they're weirdly silent on a Medicare for All supporting, Green New Deal supporting, black progressive running in the Bronx against someone, a dinosaur of the Democratic Party. Then they don't care so much about representation. Same thing with AOC versus Crowley. Same thing with constant races throughout the country. Consistently, they show that they don't really care about representation. They care about the people who would be doing the representing being corporate lackeys, and when it's people of color who are supporting policies that threaten the establishment and threaten the moneyed interests and corporate order, then they don't really have much to say about it. So I am rooting for Jamaal Bowman, and I'm rooting hard for him.